So Al, you started at Hunt's 1972. How did you first come about the company, and how did you end up working here?
Well, my dad worked for Mr. Hunt as a milkman, and
Yeah.
basically I used to go on the milk rounds with him, and
Yeah.
I knew Mr. Hunt probably when I was 10 years of age, and yeah, basically done quite a bit with Mr. Hunt. I'd done rounds of, actual milk rounds with drivers when they were short. And he asked me what I was going to do for full-time work. Didn't really know at the time, so he offered me a job.
Yeah.
I started as assistant on the lorries.
Yeah.
So I actually went with the relief driver for the whole of the summer months, and we did all different rounds and that. And basically, I stayed on that for a while. In the winter, I went with another chap called Brian Francis. We went to Taunton. We had wonderful fun delivering down there. Lots of stories about that, but unfortunately, we ain't got the time to talk about that. And I stayed with him, and then I was offered, they wanted me to go 2 days in the store and 3 days out on the road.
Yeah.
So Mr. Hunt offered me, I think it was another £1.50 to work in the store for a day, which was £3. Well, good to get a lot for £3.
Yeah.
So then basically I did that for a while. Then I moved into the stores, and this is where I am to now,
Yeah.
So that's how I kind of.
And obviously the site here was built in 1976, and previously you were working at the top of Sherborne in what now is the Waitrose site.
That's
so
correct.
You can remember the whole site being built, it being assembled, and Mr. Hunt buying the premises.
I can remember coming down here with Mr. Hunt, and he said to me and Rick, said, he said, come and have a look and see what I've bought.
Yeah.
So we came down, and basically this was an orchard.
Yeah.
It was a little field, massive field, what we thought, at the end of a road. I mean, I'm a local person, and I didn't even know it was there.
Yeah.
So I explained what he was going to do with it. He was going to build a code store. We were going to move from the top down to here.
Yeah.
And this is what we've got 50 years later.
And at the time in 1976, when Michael bought the site, at the time it was one of the biggest public cold stores in the area, and you were doing storage for customers, basically.
Yeah. So we did a lot of, when we had this store built, right?
Yeah.
So they built store one, which we'll move on to in a minute. And we can, that was half and half, really. It was like, we got involved, and Mr. Hunt got involved with the butter mountain.
Yeah.
We stored tons and tons of butter. So we did number one store, and then we had our sales stuff in the other side of it.
Yeah.
So
at that time, sort of 50-60% of the space would have been used for storage, and the rest of it was selling retail frozen food and ice cream.
And ice cream, yeah. So me and Pat moved. We put the first stuff in the store one.
Yeah.
And I believe we bought it down from the top, and it was like some 4-litre ice cream that we stored for a local company in Yeovil.
Yeah.
So that was the first thing we actually took through the doors.
Yeah.
And like when we looked in there, we thought, my God, look at the size of this.
Yeah.
And then
Pat's just a spring chicken, because like Mr. Blanco, the two of them only did 48 years, and you're done 50 in a few weeks' time, and you're still going strong.
Oh, well, hopefully. Yeah.
So how did it all evolve then, Al? Obviously, it was selling at the time retail frozen food, ice cream. When did it kind of go into dry products, chilled products? Did it just kind of evolve over the years, or how did it work?
That was quite later. Jason McGee came up with a crazy idea that I thought, right, hang on, we're going to sell dry goods.
Yeah.
And that actually took off, and it was one of the best things. Dry and ambient is one of the best things I think that we did.
Yeah. And now I think today probably 55% of our sales volume is in chilled and ambient products. So it's all really evolved, hasn't it?